Talk about an unreliable narrator. Even if what we saw is the truth, it feels like there's something missing. This episode is essentially from Osha's point of view. We saw a few things that Osha didn't, but overall, the gaps seem to be things that she wasn't there for. G'day, I'm RJ. Welcome to the Nerdy Dad channel. Let's talk about the third episode of The Acolyte, Destiny. Why does May hate the Jedi? Why is she hunting them? You know, it could be as this episode presents that she hates the Jedi because they took her sister away. But it feels like there's a lot more to it than that. Like, with Sol rushes Osha past the bodies. I mean, that seems reasonable. You don't want to expose a child to that. But it feels to me like the fire wasn't the cause of their death. They definitely weren't burnt, and it doesn't feel like it was smoke inhalation. So there's more to look into there. And then May, when she confronts Osha and says, "What did you do?" I mean, it could just be deflection. It could. But it just feels like there's something more there. And going back to last week in Revenge, Justice, Master Torben, well, he kills himself by poison rather than tell the council what he did. And before that, he took the rash vow. He was silent for a decade. It doesn't feel like I came across a fire and people died. No, he was hiding something. And they probably all were, including Master Sol, who, I've just come to adore, but I really think he's hiding something and he is going to be guilty of something horrific in the end. I hope I'm wrong. But anyway, in the meantime, let's get to this week's impact points. Fire! So, May did light the fire. Well, that's unless Osha's misremembering or the Jedi messed with her mind. My first thought was, oh wow, I thought we were going to see somebody else light this fire, but no. May wanted Osha to stay, even if that meant that Osha had to die. And this is a child. Apparently a murderous psychopath child. All because...
I want to be a Jedi, Mama.
Confrontation. This scene was intense, without a force power used, or magic, or a lightsaber drawn, no blasters or arrows, and yet there was conflict, there was stakes. Nothing less than the destiny of two children, their family or the Jedi. I love this scene. So, this feels like as good a time as any to bring up the elephant in the room. But in the end, what the hell was the controversy? I mean, the way my social media was blowing up before I watched the episode, I thought we were in for something explosive, something that was going to break canon. And in the end, it was a bit of a fizzer, really. I mean, the Night Sisters of Dathomir, that coven of witches, they can raise the dead. So this coven of witches can manipulate life. Possibly. I mean, we don't even know exactly how Mother Anastasia created the twins yet. I mean, we know they look like her, despite being carried by a Zabrak. But that's it. That doesn't seem like much of a controversy to me. And we don't even know if it's going to play further into the story, or if that's the last we're going to hear of it. Now, what I do know is that more happened on Brendok that night. And I'm very interested to see what else there is to the mystery. Who is responsible for what? What happened? Who did it? And why is May hunting the Jedi? And in the end, are the Jedi actually guilty? Did they do the wrong thing? We just don't know. There are more layers to uncover. We've learned so much. There is so much more to learn. And I'm really excited to see what to do for the rest of the episodes, episode 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Now, the other thing I'd like to say, despite the fact that I really, really did enjoy the conflict that was the standoff between the witches and the Jedi, but next week, I think I'd like to return to seeing more action, some actual combat. I mean, the hand-to-hand scenes in the first two episodes were really good, But we have a series about Jedi. I'm ready to see some lightsabers. I don't know about anyone else. So yeah, bring on next week. Hopefully bring on some action and some lightsabers. May the Force be with you. This is the Nerdy Dad, signing out.